Welcome to a new video. This one is called Taboo Conspiracy and His Imaginary Friends. I'm still at sea, so the sound quality isn't the best. A while ago, Taboo Conspiracy presented his new friend Mike, the F-16 pilot. A lot of debunkers looked at that video and proved that Mike is fake or Taboo Conspiracy is a liar. Now Taboo have presented two more imaginary friends. Let's hear a bit from those two videos. Taboo Conspiracy. It's flat. You've proven it. Finally, you've proven it. That was the best flat earth proof I ever seen. Yes, so.
Hello everyone! Today I have some fascinating whistleblower information about how they continue to fake the globe. In particular, this information will describe how flight plans are systematically altered from flat maps to appear as though the flight plans were developed for a globe. The emails I'm going to share were provided anonymously by an individual who goes by the name Stephen. I cannot personally verify the information provided by Stephen, as he was anonymous to me as well, but I believe this information is vital for truth, and that's why I'm sharing it. I certainly respect his anonymity, as the information here is certainly a shocking revelation for most. For flat earthers like me, it's just further confirmation of how they fake the globe everywhere.
No!
I think Wolfie will take care of this so-called Qantas pilot and the lies in this video. So I will look further on the military guy.
Hello everyone! I believe I have another flat earth bombshell for you today.
No!
And this one does build on our last Qantas whistleblower video from our friend Steven, and so you may want to watch that video first if you haven't. Again, this new whistleblower, who goes by the name Jake, is and obviously wants to remain anonymous. He is anonymous to me as well. I think it's pretty obvious, but I have to make it clear for some. He is entirely anonymous. That means there's no way to verify the information he is claiming. In contrast, the retired F-16 pilot was not anonymous to me, and so I could verify that he was indeed a well-honored F-16 pilot. But this information I'm presenting today could absolutely be false. But I personally think it's true. Use your own discernment in determining its veracity. But I think it's only right for me to share this important information as I receive it, and I find it fascinating as it opens new levels of discussion and research. And if what he says is true, well, that pretty much proves the shape of the Earth is not what they say it is. But let's get to the emails. Hello. I don't follow your channel on a regular basis, but your last video from the Pilot Navigator hit me pretty hard. For years, I've had to live with what I did in the military. I thought it was a secret, and I couldn't talk about it for fear of prosecution. I had to protect my family and former colleagues in the service. But now that even civilian airline companies know about it, I think it's time to come clean. My job was to work on targeting systems. As Steve said, for truly accurate targeting, we need to put in corrections to the GPS system. As you know, GPS is a location system that is satellite-based global positioning.
Yes, satellite-based, and it don't work on a flat Earth. Please explain how GPS works on your fantasy world.
I am not at liberty to tell you how it actually works beyond saying it gives readings in spherical coordinates. This is okay for short distances as the error rate is pretty low. But my job was to accurately target objects the operators couldn't see due to terrain or distance. This is generally accomplished by means of a computer chip that is put in most targeting and self-guiding weapon systems using something called the ballistic targeting skew guidance algorithm, which takes the spherical coordinates and corrects them to the true location of the target. That correction is then fed into the guidance system. As a result, the ordnance flies true to the target, increasing accuracy. I will briefly describe how this works. The GPS system used by civilians returns spherical coordinates by law, and as I said, this is fine for navigating cars, short-range aircraft, and boats in coastal waters. But there are errors. You may note that military bases and other high-value targets are not located on the same line of longitude nor on a line of longitude 180 degrees to that line relative to potential launch sites used by our adversaries.
That was a real stupid argument. Most of the modern missiles and so on are carried by aircrafts, ships, submarines, and they have not a fixed position when they fire. So that argument is complete bullshit.
There's a reason for this. On the real Earth, north-south azimuths will accurately guide ordnance because the real world reflects the globe model. The problem is when you try to go east and west, especially south of the equator. This is why the GPS returns spherical coordinates. The error induced when you try to use GPS to hit a target to the east or west of the true line of longitude is enough to cause a miss, and we don't want our opponents to have accurate targeting data. I'm not going to say more, but you have to ask yourself why the extreme south, Antarctica, is off limits to civilians.
No!
The skew error would be greatest there, and facilities in Antarctica would be very difficult to target.
No!
While the existence of the ballistic targeting skew guidance may not be a secret, this actual correction factor is, and the version used by civilians is degraded enough to be useless for targeting, but good enough to bring the planes home under local guidance.
This anonymous person, if he exists, is fake. He have no knowledge about weapon systems. I have.
I don't know why the true shape of the Earth is not being discussed in universities and taught in schools. My only thought is the reason is to protect this targeting system.
Obviously, Taboo Conspiracy have no knowledge of flying, radars, weapon systems, about anything. But he believes when he gets an anonymous email that must be true. So Mike, the F-16 pilot, is the only one that you know who he is. Why don't you take contact with him again and give him some questions that would reveal if he's a real F-16 pilot or not? I will give you the opportunity to prove to me and your audience that Mike is a real F-16 pilot. At the moment, I'm in command of a naval vessel. And here's the task for you. Ask Mike to describe how he would attack me and my ship. I'm alone, I have no other ships around me, and I have no AVAC or other external radar protecting me. How would he approach to shoot me down from his F-16? And one more fact, his F-16 is equipped with air-to-sea missiles. I'm trained to defend my ship against this type of attacks, so I know the answer of my question. But to Mike, I will give a short explanation how this attack could go. Depending on what information he has about the target and our locations, he has some decisions to make. If he have the exact coordinates of my ship, he can program this to the robot and fire. But if he don't have my exact location, he has to do another way. Then he will approach me as slow that he can above the surface of the sea. And when he thinks I'm in range, he will rise up slightly over the horizon to try to see me with his radar. And if he don't see me, he goes down for a while and he will repeat this procedure until he finds me. When he finds me and he have a fixed location on me, he goes down again and he programs the location, the exact location, into the robots and fires. As soon he fired his rockets, he will turn around and try to get away from the area as fast as possible. This is a standard procedure used by every air force in the world when it comes to air to sea battles. The reason is simple. A fighter pilot learns how to use the horizon and the earth curve as a cover when he attacks a target. So the knowledge about the shape of the world saves lives of fighter pilots, and it's a threat to me as a commander of a naval vessel. So Taboo, your mission is ask Mike if he exists, if my description is correct. If not, how would he attack me? Make a video about it. Looking forward for it. This was a very quick video dedicated to Taboo Conspiracy, and I'm convinced that this coward will not reply on any of this because he wants to live in his lie. He wants to get cheered when he revealed the truth. He's not interested in the truth. He wants to stay in his fantasy world. Have a nice day all. I don't know when I will release the next video, but have a nice day.